Imagine living in a world where love isn't a chase, but a natural, serene part of life that comes to you at the right time and place. Sounds ideal, right? Have you ever found yourself tirelessly pursuing love only to end up feeling more alone than ever? But here's a surprising twist from the ancient Stoics. Chasing after love could actually be pushing it away. Why might this counterintuitive idea hold the key to not just finding love, but experiencing it in its purest form? What if I told you that the secret to truly experiencing love involves not chasing it at all? Today, we delve into the wisdom of the Stoics to uncover why chasing love might just be the biggest mistake you could make in your pursuit of happiness. Join us as we dive deep into Stoic wisdom to uncover the hidden truths about love, desire, and emotional well-being that modern society has forgotten. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because today you're on the path to discovering how to attract genuine love by doing what seems the least likely, letting it go. Don't miss out on this life-changing perspective that could redefine your approach to relationships forever. Don't just watch, dive in, engage with us, and share one of your suggestions in the comments below before starting the video, because this might be a game changer. Challenge yourself to apply these practices. 1. The illusion of control. Stoic philosophy teaches us about the dichotomy of control, a fundamental principle that distinguishes between what is in our control and what isn't. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, famously said, "Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are our opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, property, reputation, office, and, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing." Love, being an emotion felt by another, clearly falls into the latter category. When we chase love, we attempt to control the uncontrollable, another person's feelings and desires, which sets us up for frustration and disappointment. The more we try to force love or engineer specific outcomes in our relationships, the more we stray from the natural course of human emotions. Marcus Aurelius, another revered Stoic, advised, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." This quote emphasizes acceptance over force. Chasing love often involves trying to manipulate situations or people to fit our ideal of what love should be, rather than allowing relationships to evolve naturally and authentically. Instead of expending energy on chasing love, Stoicism guides us to invest in ourselves and our virtues. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, wrote, "All the terms of our human lot are wisely ordered. It's better to accept the things beyond our power and gracefully adapt ourselves to what is given, rather than tangle ourselves in an endless struggle against the external world." By redirecting our focus from external pursuits, like chasing love, to internal growth and self-improvement, we cultivate a sense of peace and self-reliance. This approach not only aligns with Stoic teachings, but also increases our likelihood of forming genuine connections based on mutual respect and understanding, rather than neediness or desperation. 2. The value of self-sufficiency. Stoicism teaches us the importance of developing inner completeness, a concept closely tied to the idea of self-sufficiency. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once stated, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." This philosophy is pivotal when it comes to love and relationships. By seeking self-sufficiency, we strive to find contentment and happiness from within, rather than relying on others to provide it. This is not to suggest that we should avoid relationships, but rather that we should enter them not out of need, but out of a stable, self-sufficient state, where our emotional well-being does not hinge on another's presence or affection. In practice, self-sufficiency means focusing on personal growth and self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the value of self-reliance with his words, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When we chase love, we often do so because we feel something lacking within ourselves. However, by cultivating qualities like resilience, patience, and wisdom, we can become more complete individuals. This process involves reflecting on our values, engaging in activities that foster growth, and embracing solitude at times to connect deeply with ourselves. The ultimate goal of Stoic self-sufficiency in relationships is to create a foundation where external relationships enhance our lives rather than define them. Seneca puts this beautifully, "If you wish to be loved, love." Here, he highlights that love should be an expression of our excess joy and completeness, not a plea to fill a void. 3. The dangers of attachment. Stoicism teaches that attachment stems from assigning too much value to things beyond our control, which invariably leads to disappointment and suffering. Epictetus famously said, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and you will go on well." This quote underlines the Stoic belief in accepting things as they are, rather than how we want them to be. When we chase love, we often idealize outcomes that are not guaranteed, setting ourselves up for emotional turmoil when reality falls short of our expectations. The more we attach ourselves to the idea of love or a specific person, the more dependent we become on receiving affection and validation from outside ourselves. This dependency can cloud our judgment, leading to compromised personal values and self-neglect. Stoic philosophy advises against this by encouraging a focus on self-improvement and internal validation. Marcus Aurelius counseled, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." To mitigate the risks of attachment, Stoicism offers practical advice. Practice detachment regularly. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or emotionally unavailable, but rather preparing the mind to accept any outcome without despair. Seneca recommended daily reflections on impermanence and the transient nature of all things, including relationships. 4. Finding love by letting go. Stoicism teaches us to embrace life as it unfolds, accepting what comes naturally rather than forcing our will upon the world. Epictetus famously said, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." When it comes to love, this means stepping back and allowing relationships to develop organically, without imposing our expectations or desperately seeking affection. We open ourselves up to genuine connections that are more likely to be in harmony with our true selves. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In the context of relationships, this Stoic wisdom suggests that the most effective way to find love is to focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. This involves cultivating virtues like kindness, patience, and integrity. When we prioritize personal growth and align our actions with our values, we naturally attract individuals who resonate with our authentic selves. This attraction is effortless and devoid of the manipulations often associated with the chase for love. Seneca once wrote, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day." The Stoics' emphasis on living in the present moment teaches us to let go of our fixation on future outcomes, such as finding a romantic partner. By focusing on the present and working on ourselves each day, we remain open to life's possibilities. Love, when it arrives under these circumstances, is more likely to be deep, fulfilling, and aligned with our innermost values. It comes not because we sought it through strenuous efforts, but because we were fully engaged in the art of living well. 5. Standing true. Freedom. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, true freedom is defined not by our external circumstances, but by our internal responses. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once remarked, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." When applied to the pursuit of love, this means recognizing that chasing after affection or validation from others leaves us dependent and, ironically, less free. Stoicism teaches us that by reducing our cravings and focusing on our own self-development, we achieve a form of emotional self-sufficiency that is immune to the ebbs and flows of relationships. True emotional freedom, according to Stoics like Epictetus, involves distinguishing between what we can control and what we cannot. We are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens, Epictetus stated. In the context of love, this wisdom suggests that our peace of mind should not depend on the reciprocation of our feelings by others. By surrendering the need to control the outcomes of our romantic pursuits, we align more closely with Stoic ideals, embracing whatever life presents us without undue distress. Furthermore, Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic figure, guides us through his meditations to see the virtue in self-restraint and inward focus. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, he advised. By internalizing this principle, one understands that chasing love often leads to external dependency, which is at odds with Stoic philosophy. Instead, cultivating a sense of completeness within oneself ensures that relationships enhance rather than define one's emotional state. This internal fortress of solitude allows one to enter and exit relationships with grace and equanimity, truly embodying the Stoic vision of emotional freedom. 6. The role of fate in relationships. Stoicism teaches us to embrace the concept of amor fati, which translates to love of fate. This philosophy encourages us to accept everything that happens in our lives, including the nature of our relationships, as part of a larger plan or the natural order of the universe. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens happens the way it happens, and you will be happy." This quote underscores the importance of accepting relationships as they come without trying to force them into what we believe they should be. By relinquishing control and accepting fate, we can experience relationships more fully and with less anxiety about their outcomes. The pursuit of love often leads us to try to manipulate circumstances and people to fit our desires, which can lead to frustration and disappointment. Stoicism advises against this, promoting a detachment from overreaching desires while encouraging us to focus on our own actions and responses. Marcus Aurelius, another prominent Stoic, advised, "Accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." This guidance helps us to see that while we cannot control who comes into our lives, we can control the depth and sincerity with which we engage with them. Finally, embracing fate does not mean passive resignation, but a dynamic acceptance that empowers us to live our lives with grace and courage. It's about recognizing that some aspects of our lives, especially interpersonal relationships, are better navigated with an open heart and an open mind rather than with forceful intent. By adopting a Stoic attitude toward relationships, we allow them to develop naturally, which can lead to deeper and more meaningful connections. This approach aligns with the Stoic belief that we should focus on our own virtues and actions, letting go of our attachment to specific outcomes, thereby finding true contentment in whatever life brings our way. 7. The power of mindfulness in love. Mindfulness, or the practice of being fully present in the moment, is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that by focusing on the present, we can avoid the anxiety of future uncertainties and the regrets of past actions. This principle is profoundly applicable to relationships. When we are mindful in our interactions, we are fully engaged with the person in front of us, free from the distractions of what we wish they would be or fears about what they might become. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. By doing so, we cultivate a genuine connection based on reality rather than fantasy." Being mindful in love means truly listening and responding to our partner with full attention and empathy. It requires us to set aside our preconceptions and judgments, allowing us to see our partner for who they truly are. This aligns with Epictetus's teaching. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. In practice, this might mean setting aside distractions like our phones during conversations or making a conscious effort to understand our partner's point of view without immediately formulating a response. Such practices foster deeper understanding and intimacy. Furthermore, mindfulness helps us to detach from unrealistic expectations and the pressure to control the relationship's trajectory. It allows us to appreciate each moment shared with our partner as it is, without the need for it to be anything more. Seneca reminds us, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." By embracing this mindset, we can let go of the need to chase after an idealized version of love and instead appreciate the love that is present in each moment. This not only enhances the quality of our relationships, but also brings a sense of peace and fulfillment. Cultivating self-love. To the Stoics, self-love is not about indulging oneself or seeking constant pleasure, but about cultivating a strong character and living in accordance with virtue. As Epictetus said, "He who is not happy with little will never be happy with much." This quote highlights the importance of finding contentment and happiness within oneself, independent of external circumstances or relationships. By focusing on developing inner strength and virtue, you build a solid foundation for self-love that does not waver with the ups and downs of life. Once you establish a deep sense of self-love, you naturally attract healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By fostering positive, virtuous thoughts and behaviors, you not only improve your own life, but also become more attractive to others who value similar qualities. This self-sufficiency and inner contentment are magnetic, drawing people towards you who appreciate your authenticity and strength. Stoicism provides practical instructions for cultivating self-love. Start by practicing mindfulness and self-reflection daily. As Seneca suggested, the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. Focus on the present moment and appreciate your progress and strengths. Engage in regular self-assessment to align your actions with your values. Additionally, practice gratitude and recognize your achievements, no matter how small. By consistently applying these Stoic principles, you strengthen your self-love, creating a resilient and virtuous character that forms the bedrock of your emotional well-being and relationships. By integrating these Stoic teachings into your daily life, you not only foster a profound sense of self-love, but also create the conditions for attracting genuine, meaningful relationships that are based on mutual respect and shared values. The misconceptions of passionate love. The modern portrayal of passionate love often highlights the extreme highs and lows, creating a narrative that such emotional intensity is the pinnacle of romantic relationships. However, the Stoics viewed passion with caution, seeing it as a potential source of irrational behavior and emotional turmoil. Seneca warned against the dangers of passion, stating, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." In the context of love, this craving can lead to a constant pursuit of an idealized version of romance, leaving individuals perpetually dissatisfied and emotionally unstable. From a Stoic perspective, true love should be grounded in reason and virtue rather than fleeting passions. Epictetus advised, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This quote emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we can control, such as our actions and responses, rather than being swept away by uncontrollable emotions. In relationships, this means valuing steady, rational love that is based on mutual respect and shared values over the unpredictable nature of passionate infatuation. Furthermore, the Stoics believed that excessive passion could cloud judgment and lead to poor decision-making. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This insight highlights that happiness and fulfillment come from within and are a result of our mindset and perspective, not external passions. By cultivating a balanced emotional state, individuals can build healthier, more stable relationships that are not subject to the volatile nature of passionate love, but rather are sustained by mutual understanding and rational affection. Building relationships on virtue. In Stoic philosophy, virtue is the highest good and is considered the foundation of a well-lived life. When it comes to relationships, Stoics believe that those built on mutual virtues and shared values are the strongest and most enduring. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This quote underscores the importance of embodying virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By focusing on developing these qualities within ourselves, we not only improve our character, but also attract partners who value and share these same principles. Contrary to the often tumultuous portrayal of love in popular culture, Stoicism advocates for a balanced and rational approach to relationships. Passionate, all-consuming love, while romanticized, can lead to instability and emotional turmoil. Instead, the Stoics suggest that we seek relationships grounded in mutual respect and virtue. Seneca reminds us, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." By surrounding ourselves with individuals who challenge us to grow and uphold similar values, we create a stable and nurturing environment for love to flourish. This focus on virtue over emotional intensity leads to deeper, more meaningful connections that withstand the test of time. To build relationships on virtue, start by embodying the Stoic virtues in your own life. Practice wisdom by making thoughtful decisions. Demonstrate courage by facing challenges with resilience. Uphold justice by treating others fairly. Exercise temperance by maintaining self-control. Epictetus advises, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Reflect on the qualities you seek in a partner and strive to cultivate those within yourself. Engage in open and honest communication with your partner about your shared values and aspirations. By prioritizing virtue in your relationships, you not only enhance your personal growth, but also create a strong foundation for a lasting and fulfilling partnership. If today's insights resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with friends who might benefit from this Stoic wisdom. Let us know in the comments how letting go of the chase has changed your relationships. Remember, the best love comes to those who are not looking for it, but are instead working on being their best selves. Thank you for watching, and until next time, live wisely.